History is written by the victors, but it is often forgotten by the survivors. While the world looks toward the marble columns of Rome or the Great Wall of China, a silent titan once stood in the highlands of northern Ethiopia. This was not merely a kingdom. It was a global superpower that dictated the flow of wealth across 3 continents. Before the shadows of time obscured its name, Aksum was a titan of commerce, a master of the seas, and a peer to the greatest empires of antiquity. Imagine a world where the pulse of global economy beat through the Red Sea. From the 1st century CE, the kingdom of Aksum emerged as the indispensable middleman of the ancient world. They didn't just participate in trade, they controlled it. By bridging the gap between the Mediterranean, the Arabian Peninsula, and the riches of ancient India, Aksum became the gateway through which the world's most precious goods passed. To maintain this stranglehold on wealth, Aksum developed a force that few dared to challenge: a formidable navy. Their fleets patrolled the vital corridors of the southern Red Sea and the banks of the Nile River. This maritime dominance ensured that no merchant could bypass their taxes or their laws. They were the guardians of the sea lanes, turning the waters of East Africa into a private highway for their economic expansion. But power is nothing without the means to measure it. While many contemporary civilizations relied on barter, Aksumite kings were minting their own coinage. These gold, silver, and bronze coins were more than just money. They were propaganda in metal. They signaled to every trader from Rome to India that Aksum was a sovereign, organized, and technologically advanced state. To hold an Aksumite coin was to hold proof of a civilization that spoke the language of global finance. The physical legacy of this empire is etched into the very earth of the Ethiopian highlands. They were masters of monumental architecture, leaving behind stone structures that defy the limitations of their era. Most striking are the massive stelae, monolithic obelisks that pierce the sky. These were not just markers. They were towering declarations of status, carved from single pieces of granite to honor the elite of a civilization that reached for the heavens. As the empire grew, so did its spiritual identity. In a pivotal moment of history, Aksum underwent a profound transformation. Around the same time the Roman Empire was embracing Christianity, Aksum made its own monumental shift. The kingdom converted to Christianity, weaving the faith into the very fabric of its governance and culture. This wasn't just a religious change. It was a strategic alignment that connected Aksum to the growing spiritual currents of the Mediterranean world. Why has this superpower been relegated to the footnotes of history? For centuries, the true scale of Aksum was obscured by the rugged terrain and the passage of time. We often fall into the trap of viewing ancient Africa through a lens of lost mysteries, as if these civilizations simply vanished into thin air. But Aksum didn't just disappear. It was dismantled by the shifting tides of geopolitics and the changing routes of the world's wealth. The decline was not a sudden collapse, but a slow erosion of influence. The empire's economic heartbeat relied on its control over the Red Sea and its colonies in Arabia. As these territories were lost, the vital arteries of trade began to constrict. Without the ability to tax the flow of goods between the East and the West, the immense wealth that fueled the Aksumite machine began to dry up, leaving the empire vulnerable to internal and external pressures. Modern technology is finally beginning to peel back the layers of silence. Through advanced archaeological mapping and satellite imagery, we are discovering that the footprint of Aksum was far larger than previously imagined. We are finding evidence of occupation that stretches back to the late 1st millennium BC, revealing a civilization that was building its foundations long before the world thought it possible. The map of the ancient world is being rewritten in real time. What does it mean for our understanding of human history? If a civilization this sophisticated, this wealthy, and this interconnected could be so easily forgotten, what other titans are still hiding in the shadows? The story of Aksum challenges the Eurocentric narrative of antiquity. It proves that the centers of power were not confined to the Mediterranean, but were distributed across a global network that included the heart of Africa. As we look at the ruins today, we aren't just looking at stones. We are looking at the remnants of a globalized world that existed 2,000 years ago. The Aksumite Empire was a testament to human ingenuity, a civilization that mastered the mountains, the seas, and the markets. They were the architects of an era, building a legacy that, while silenced for a time, is finally finding its voice once again. The shadows are receding, and the truth of Aksum is coming into the light. It was never a mystery of disappearance, but a masterclass in endurance and influence. As we continue to uncover the secrets of the Ethiopian highlands, we realize that the history of the world is much larger, much older, and much more complex than we ever dared to dream. The unseen is finally being seen. If you want to journey deeper into the forgotten corners of our past, make sure to subscribe to Epoch Unseen. We peel back the veil on the empires that shaped our world and the mysteries that still haunt our history. Join us as we uncover the stories the world forgot to tell. Thank you for watching.